Hi friends, Sharita here with 7 Days Time. Today's vlog is going to be a lesson on office supplies. Just kidding, but not really. Check out this piece of paper. Notice this band of white around the edge? Most of us are familiar with it, and we know it's called a margin. It's there for a reason. That margin not only helps the printer to do its job appropriately, but it also keeps us from being overwhelmed with a page that is just too full. Now I have a confession to make. I kind of sort of might have been that girl in college that adjusted the margins when I wrote my papers. But hold on, it's not what you think. I didn't adjust those typical 1-inch margins to make them a little bigger, so I had to write less. Oh no. I would make them a little bit smaller so I could shove as many words onto that page as possible. I know, I have issues. Hashtag nerd alert. But it's kind of how I roll. And it's something that I've noticed that I have struggled with in my life. Sometimes I get caught up in wanting to do everything all at the same time, and I shove as much stuff as I can into my schedule. However, I learned a long time ago that is not cool. Not only does it keep me from doing my best quality work, it makes me stressed, it makes me weary, and it makes me miss Jesus in our everyday. So today, we're going to talk about creating white space and creating margin in our life. The first thing we can do is to honor the Sabbath. That's something I learned the hard way. When I was in vocational ministry working at a church, it's hard to take a Sabbath because all day Sunday, you're at work. So we would have to pick a different day to honor that and to rest. I wasn't very good at it. Now, I've learned how important that is, and now that I'm not in vocational ministry on Sundays, it's easier for me to use Sunday to protect Sunday as my Sabbath. But it doesn't matter what your job is, how big your family is, whatever. We need to create margin and have white space. And the first place we can do that is on Sabbath, to spend time with God, with our family, and with ourselves. The other thing we can do is to create white space in our everyday lives. Yes, we absolutely should be good stewards of the time that God has given us. However, we don't need to jam-pack every single moment with something to do and places to go. Yes, we're going to have busy days, but all of our days don't need to be scrambling from one thing to the next. Because if we jam-pack our days, again, not only are we stressed and missing Jesus in our everyday, but if one thing goes wrong, then our whole day is thrown off, and it's really hard to come back from that. I'm very thankful that in these next few weeks, I have the opportunity to work on some very cool God-sized dreams. And I just recently come off of 2-week sickness that took me out. So it was really hard to embrace those God-sized dreams and not be overwhelmed. But God told me to simmer down, to trust Him, and to protect that white space in my life. And I tell you what, friends, these last couple of days have been more productive, more joyful, and more refreshing because I'm working on things that I'm passionate about, doing it for God, and also protecting that margin in my life for His glory. So today I challenge you to take a look at your life. See what areas of your life are too full. And ask God, Lord, where do I need to create white space? I mean, come on. God is the creator of the heavens and the earth. And He even took a rest. He even took some time to have a Sabbath, to create a little margin in His life. Why shouldn't we?